This video is sponsored by Squarespace, the all-in-one platform to build a beautiful website. Hi, I'm kchoi. Welcome back to my channel. As you may or may not know, I moved to New York in October. I moved into this new apartment with my husband, and if you've seen my apartment tour video on my channel, then you'll know that a lot of the things in our apartment we already owned, like our TV stand and our desks and one of our dressers. When it came to furnishing our place, I really tried to minimize the spending as much as possible. So in addition to using stuff we already owned, I also got things secondhand from Facebook Marketplace, like our counter stools and our coffee table and lots of other random stuff around the apartment. So I'm constantly having this internal struggle where I want to make the apartment more stylish and give it more personality, but I also don't want to spend too much money, especially in a temporary home. Now, our apartment overall, I feel like is pretty plain and basic. Sure, there's some color here and there, but most of it is just very standard stuff. The bedroom, though, is definitely the most plain. I mean, everything is just white because one of our existing dressers was white, so when I got a new one to match, I just wanted it to all be the same. I definitely just thought that we could make this space light and airy, but now I find myself wanting it to have a little bit more personality. So I've been trying to think of something that I could do to bring a bit of flair into this room, and that's where this DIY mirror idea came to be. Now, I have never done a DIY video on my channel, and that's because I just don't really do DIYs in my real life, so please bear with me. This is not really a how-to video, but more just my own process, and hopefully it'll motivate you to get up and do something and stretch yourself if you don't often DIY, or maybe if you want to change up your space but don't want to spend money, maybe you can find a way to get creative like I tried to do. So we have these two dressers pressed up against the wall across from the bed. They're two different heights, and the lower, wider one has our TV on it, but we have this narrower, taller dresser that I tried to style a bit. I've got a plant on there and a candle, but I just wanted to add something else. I thought a mirror would be a really good way to add some interest and also maybe accentuate the height of this room, because one of the things I love about our apartment is the high ceilings. So I thought I could do something that would draw your attention up and make use of those tall ceilings. I first looked to Facebook Marketplace as well as other retailers like Target and Home Depot and Wayfair and all the others. I definitely was interested first in some sort of arched mirror, but everything that I could find was like at a minimum $70–80, if not like a few $100s. So I already knew I didn't want to spend that much money, like maybe maximum $50 to add some sort of mirror that wasn't really even going to serve any function besides looking nice. So I decided to take the DIY route, and with this I knew that it would be pretty impossible for me to DIY an arched mirror, so I changed directions and decided to go for a window pane style. After a bit of browsing different blog posts and videos, I didn't fully follow any one tutorial, but just got some inspiration. I went and picked up some affordable items to get this DIY done. I picked up two door mirrors from Target, which you actually would have seen me pick up in an old vlog. So this DIY, like, I've thought of it a while ago, but it's just taking me a bit to actually get the energy to do it. I also got some wooden dowels, some black acrylic paint, paintbrushes, of course, a hand saw that I borrowed from my friend Sam, or Samantha Coria on YouTube. She has some DIY videos on her channel, so maybe you should go to her after this if you still want some more DIY content. And I also had some super glue or crazy glue lying around. The first thing I did was cut the dowels to size. They were a little bit too wide to fit within the frame of the mirror. As you can see, these dowels are a little bit too wide to fit perfectly here, so I need to figure out the right amount to cut off. I want it to be exact because I don't want to have like a little gap here. Oh, hello, there's my forehead. I don't want to have like a small gap if I cut off too much, so let's do some math to figure this out. When I put this here, it does look like that little black dot or dash lines up correctly with the edge of the inside of the mirror frame. So hopefully this will work. If not, I have a whole other bag of these, so we should be fine. So I had to do some measuring and then some eyeballing and then use the saw to cut. Now, I don't know if that handsaw is the best tool to do this, but it's what I had. It ended up working. It was a little bit cumbersome to work with such a large saw for a small piece of wood, but I was able to make it work and I wasn't trying to make it super perfect. Yes, okay, this one fits perfectly. Okay, it's like, it is slightly loose. I think it's okay if I center it nicely. I think if you want to get some sandpaper just to help smooth things out, then that would be helpful, but I couldn't be bothered to get any sandpaper for myself. After cutting those to size, then I simply painted them with black acrylic paint. The paint was really easy to work with. I pretty much only did one layer and it went on pretty opaque, and it also dried really quickly. While I'm painting those dowels, let me tell you about today's sponsor, which is Squarespace. As you know, I love working with Squarespace. They are a one-stop shop to create a beautiful website. You can register your domain, choose from lots and lots of different templates that you can customize. You can create marketing campaigns, and you can track the performance of your website all in one place. It's such a great tool for artists and small business owners, and of course bloggers or content creators like myself to create that online presence. Personally, I am too busy to figure out how to make a website look good, so I love that Squarespace makes it very easy and very intuitive to do so. So if you're interested in trying out Squarespace to create a website, then go to squarespace.com/kchoi for a free trial, and when you're ready, use my code kchoi to get 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. All of that info will be in the description box, of course, so go check it out, and thank you again, Squarespace, for sponsoring this video. Now let's finish up putting this mirror together. All of my dowels are painted. It actually just dries pretty quickly, and there are a couple of spots that I'll just need to touch up really quickly, but yeah, pretty easy. I wasn't sure if this would work, but I think just because it's acrylic paint and I've just been doing one layer and it looks pretty opaque, I think it'll dry pretty quickly. So I'm just gonna let it dry a little bit more, and then I'll touch up some of the spots that I missed, and then it'll be time to put them onto the mirror. While those are drying, I'm just gonna prep the mirror by dusting it, and then I'll put some glass cleaner on it and just wipe it down. And then with a little bit of super glue and some time for it to sit and settle, my mirror was done. I'm done gluing on the dowels onto the mirror, and I'm going to clean up, and then we will style this. I still feel like there's more I can do to give this room some personality, but this feels like a great start. And I think it cost me like less than $30, so I really can't complain about that. Let me know what you think about this DIY. It was overall pretty easy. The hardest part was definitely cutting the dowels to size, but I'm not sure that I used the right tools to do so, but I also got the hang of it after a while. I'd also love to know if you have any other ideas or inspiration for ways that I can spruce up the bedroom on a budget, of course. Again, this video is very different from others on my channel, so I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what else you'd like to see on my channel, and as always, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye!
Oh, that's interesting.
That's it?